Hello and welcome to the next video in this series. This video is going to be a relatively quick one, and this one's just going to cover how to do a modal analysis within Inspire. So we want to know what a part is going to vibrate like, and our modal analysis can tell us that. So we're going to assume that you've gone through the structural analysis video and you know how to assign materials and assign constraints to a part. Uh, and now I want to come here and run a modal analysis. Now, when I did the structural analysis, I could have run the modal at the same time. There is absolutely no requirement that they be run separately. In fact, that would save a step, make the analysis run just a touch longer, but would save the step of running a different analysis. But if I just want to run a modal analysis, or if I want to include it, I just come up here to Analyze. I click my little play button under Analyze, and I come and opened up this Normal Modes feature right here. The default is none, so by default, it's not going to do a normal mode analysis. All I have to do is select this, and now I get to choose the number of modes that I want. The default is 10, and then I have to specify whether I want it to be supported and which load case supports I want to use, or unsupported. So we'll come here and we'll say no supports right now. And then just to make sure that this is organized properly, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say beam free free. So free being the FE term for an unsupported modal analysis. I'm going to get 10 modes. And I come here and I click run, and it will begin the analysis of that. Now, I didn't mention it in the structural, but what it's doing is it's taking and it's creating a mesh in our software called SimLab, and then taking that mesh, and it's in the background using HyperMesh to do the meshing and the analysis setup. And then it's utilizing our very accurate OptiStruct to actually do the modal or structural analysis or optimization. And so all of that happens in the background. You don't have to worry about having that software installed. Inspire is a a freely standalone product, so you don't have to have the other softwares installed. It's got the libraries and everything that it needs in the background, but it is utilizing our industry proven decades of development software, so you can rely on and trust the results that you get out of Inspire. So as quick as that, I've got my analysis complete. I come here, click the little green flag, shows me beam free, and it's going to show me my normal modes, and it's going to automatically go into displacement. And if I animate, I can see the displacement there. So using displacement, we can actually see the nodes that it's vibrating about, and I can select which frequency I want to visualize. And next to it, I'll get the actual modal frequency. So I select that, we get a little bit more advanced frequency, and now we get some modes there. And I can take it all the way up to frequency 10, where I get now 4 nodes on here, and it's vibrating pretty interestingly. Now, you'll notice that these are all true modes. If you know, if you're familiar with modal analysis, in a free situation, an unconstrained modal analysis, the first 6 modal frequencies are the rigid body ones. They're very low frequency, near zero, and they just represent mathematical anomalies from the analysis. Inspire is intelligent enough to ignore those. So if you ask for 10, you are getting 10 true frequencies. I can also change this to show not the displacement, but the strain energy, so we can see what the strain energy is on this part as well as it's going through its vibrations. So that's that. Now let me exit out of here, and I'll come back to my analyze. And this time, instead, I will select a supported. So load case 1, in this case, load case 1, if I turn this on, you'll see I just put a constraint at the end. So it's free on this end, it's constrained on that end. Now I'll run the analysis with load case 1 as my constraints. I'll click run. This should only take a minute or so, but I will pause the video to avoid having to waste time watching it slide across. So it has finished. I'll just come up here, click the little green flag. We'll switch this back to displacement and come back to our first mode. And you can see now it's kind of shifted that node down here because this is constrained, so we just get this wiggling on the end. It also has significantly dropped the frequency. And now I can see frequency 2. So we're seeing similar mode shapes, but of course now it's going to be influenced by the fact that I'm holding on to that end. And in fact, come all the way down here, so we can see we're still getting that the 4 nodes. Just everything shifted down to the end, and then of course I can come and do my energy strain density as well, or my strain energy density. So that's how we do a modal analysis within Inspire. You can see very easy. And I've got all of my, I forgot to rename it. If they both say free, I had intended to rename that to constraint, but that's okay. All my results are there, and I can see my modal frequencies there. So stay tuned for more videos. And again, I appreciate you watching. Take care.